Barakateh Hawa, Barakateh Hawa Shai, Barakateh Hawa, Barakateh Hawa Shai, Kal Halalam La, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the Akim pushing this word in all sincerity, in all truth. Peace and blessings are upon the elect of the nation of Israel, the men, women, and children whom the Lord has foreordained to be that remnant that has returned through the sacrifice and mercy of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. This lesson is going to be based upon the quote that you see here on screen. And this is from Epictetus, right, which was a Stoic, right? I believe this was a Greek individual, you know. And the quote says, "The true man is revealed in difficult times. So when trouble comes, think of yourself as a wrestler whom God, like a trainer, has paired with a tough young buck. For what purpose? To turn you into Olympic class material." Right? So we, the men of Lord, who are in this walk, we understand that we have chosen the difficult path. All right, the road less traveled by. There's a poem, called, I forget the name of the author of the poem. I think it Robert something another, right? But it's, we are on the road less traveled by, right? We are on the difficult path, the straight gate, right? The refiner's fire. And for what purpose? The Heavenly Father is transforming us from we call it refuge, from transforming us from refuge to actual precious metals, right? He's purifying away the dross from off us, right? And make us into precious metal to change us from a weak individual to an Olympic class material, That's what this truth is all about. This walk that we're in, it's not so much how many videos that you put out. It's not so much those things. It's about the inward man and the changes that you go through and the growth that you go through as an individual to go from the old man to that new man. It's about making you immortal spiritually, right? And that only happens when you go through difficulty, right? The broken are the more evolved, So these trials, these tribulations that come on us are for the purpose of making us stronger, right? The Lord is making kings out of us, We have to remember that. Let's get some precepts, right? This is Acts chapter 14, and I'll read from verse 21. "And when they had preached the gospel in that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and to Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom." Right? This path that we've chosen, or that has been chosen for us, right, is not an easy path, right? But the reward is much, much worth it, right? This is Matthew chapter 20, and I'll read from verse 20. It says, "Then came to him, which is Yahushai, the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshipping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, What wilt thou? And she saith unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit, the one at thy right hand and the other on the left, in thy kingdom. But Yahushai answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They said unto him, We are able. Right? Why did he say that? Why did he say, You know not what you ask? Right? He's saying that, look, this path that I'm on is a very difficult one. This cup that I've been asked to drink of, right, that he prayed to the Heavenly Father in the Garden of Gethsemane to pass from him, right, was the cup of what? Crucifixion, mocking, torture, scourge, right? All these different things. Difficulties beyond measure, right? Temptations, tribulations, trials. And we are on this path. We are on this straight gate, And he saith unto him, Ye shall indeed drink of my cup and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. Right? The point that I wanted to bring out was the fact that we will go through that baptism of fire, right? Isaiah chapter 48 and verse 10, it says, "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction." Right? 1 Peter 4 and verse 12, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fire trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you." And I always like to bring out the word here for try, or even the one for trial, but let me bring out the one for try, which is pyrasmos. I always love bringing out this word here in the Greek. Let's read it. It says, "An experiment, attempt, trial, proving. The trial made of you by my bodily condition, since condition served as the test to test the love of the Galatians toward Paul." And here's the big point: the trial of man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, constancy. Will you remain constant in the face of adversity? An enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from the desires or from the outward circumstances. And the hour of temptation, which we always speak about, right, is coming. And it's going to be that ultimate decision between life and death, right? Between choosing Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right, and flaking and choosing the chip, and choosing this life, and choosing to save yourself, choosing to save your family, choosing to save your woman. An internal temptation to sin, of the temptation by which the devil sought to divert Yahushai from his divine errand. And we also, as our Lord Yahushai, right, are on a divine errand, right? We have been called to be prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We are on a divine errand to speak his word, right? And of course, the devil is there beseeching or seeking to divert us from this divine errand. Will you be diverted? Will you fall by the wayside of the condition of things, or a mental state by which we are enticed to sin, or to a lapse from the faith and holiness? Adversity, affliction, trouble sent by God and serving to test or prove one's character, faith, and holiness, right? So if we take a look at the quote again, it says what the true man is revealed in difficult times. So when trouble comes, think of yourself as a wrestler whom God, like a trainer, has paired with a young buck. For what purpose? To turn you into Olympic class material, right? And that's what this is saying. Adversity sent by God, serving to prove or test one's character or holiness. We have to think of it that way, yo. All right, let's wrap up here with 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushai HaMashiach." All right, let me see if I can look up here the Greek word for hardness. All right, so the Greek word here is, let me see if I can play it.
Strong's G 2553. Karkapatheo. Karkapatheo.
Right, so it means to suffer, to endure evils, hardships, troubles, to be afflicted, to undergo hardship, be afflicted, endure afflictions, suffer trouble, right? We have been called to do this, but in the end, right, whatever we go through cannot be compared to the glory that we'll receive, yo. Matter of fact, let's wrap there. I believe that's Romans chapter 8. Typed in the wrong thing. Romans chapter 8. I believe around about the 18th verse. Here we go. Right. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 18. "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us." All right. Kal halalam la Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakodash. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Shalom. Hopefully it was edifying.